In the world of animation, you can explore so much and tell so many stories that live action isn't able to do, or aren't even bothering to do so. And when we see animation being done with some of our favorite characters from other medias, it can go all out, or be something questionable. And in the world of video games, animation is used to tell what kind of story you're gonna expect, and even do something groundbreaking to the medium. Out of all the video game series I've seen go through this, my favorite will always be the ones related to my favorite video game character of all time, Sonic the Hedgehog. Ever since he debuted in 1991, Sonic has been in different forms of animation, like hand-drawn, stop-motion, or CGI. And with there being so many animations on the character, I thought it would be fun to count down my 10 favorite of them all. One rule that will be on this list is that it has to be official pieces of animation done by a company with the permission from Sega. So no fan-made animations will be included on this list. I'll save those for their own list. Also, if your favorite Sonic animation isn't on the list, it's because I haven't seen it, or I didn't think it was better than what I put on this list. So sit back, relax, and let's count down my top 10 favorite Sonic animations. Number 10. Sonic the Hedgehog OVA. Back in 1996, Japan got a two-parter anime on Sonic the Hedgehog. The first part was called Welcome to Eggman Land, and the second part was called Sonic vs. Metal Sonic. The OVA was then released in the US and UK in 1999, dubbed into English, and removing some moments that were not appropriate for kids to view. And it was called Sonic the Hedgehog the Movie, even though it's only 50 minutes long. What the OVA brings is a fun, action-packed adventure for the character, and it does an alternate take on the origin of Metal Sonic, completely different to how Sonic CD did it. While the animation is a bit dated, especially with what anime can do nowadays, it is odd to watch the new animes then go back to this one, but it has shown how much has changed since then. While I do agree the animation is dated, I still think it works and the action scenes are still well done. However, one major issue with the OVA is the voice acting. I mean, the Japanese voice acting is fine, but the English voices are just some of the most awkward pieces of Sonic voice acting. Well, almost. So the Sonic OVA was a pretty good mini movie. It's a shame that this isn't in widescreen or it didn't have a Blu-ray release. I would love to get this OVA on Blu-ray. If only that was us during the South by Southwest panel not long ago.
How would Sonic beat the Joker?
Help me. Number 9. Sonic X. Sonic X is an anime series which is where Sonic started gaining some popularity during the 2000s, and it was also when the English voice cast was replaced by the ones who did the 4Kids dub. While the English version isn't too bad, the Japanese version is the best way to view this series, because it had the Japanese game voice actors, the stuff that was censored or changed in the 4Kids version made more sense in the Japanese version, and during the final episode set in the story arc of Sonic Adventure 2, they played Live and Learn, SA2's theme song, while the English version removed the song and played this generic tune that ruins the scene. The animation is a step up from the OVA, with it being with the modern Sonic character design, and it even includes some CG in it, but mainly from when Sonic turns into a ball, from what I've noticed. It's not that distracting, but it is noticeable that it's CG. I like the character interaction and even all the action scenes we get throughout the series. It's one of the best pieces of storytelling for the character. If you're a fan of anime or Sonic, I'd highly recommend you give this series a watch. And this is coming from someone who isn't big on anime. Number 8. Sonic the Hedgehog, or by its other name that is used throughout the Sonic community, Sonic SatAM. This was a Saturday morning cartoon series from 1993, which came out around the same time as another Sonic cartoon called The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. However, out of both shows, I think SatAM is the better pick, as it was more serious, it had a lot of action in it, and was overall a better show to watch. Jaleel White as Sonic was crazy, and it's so 90s for the character. If you wanted a 90s Sonic, Jaleel voicing Sonic would be your best bet. Then there was Jim Cummings as Dr. Robotnik himself, which was so cool. It's so evil sounding, and when you look at his design, The voice fits so well. Why isn't Jim the voice of the character in the games? I don't know. It would be perfect. His voice gives me goosebumps. I even like that some episodes give the other characters in the series some focus, and even to the point where they appear in the Archie comics. One thing that is annoying about this series is that it ended on a cliffhanger. I hate it when a series or movie does that and the continuation never gets made. Sonic Underground could have just continued on from that. But nope. Overall, Sonic SatAM is a really good cartoon. The animation is well done, and even for today it still looked good. In terms of the best Sonic cartoon, well, for the TV ones, it's hard to decide. I like this show and Sonic X just as much, but I still get a little bit more enjoyment from Sonic SatAM. But Sonic X is pretty damn close. Number 7. The 2005 Tokyo Game Show trailer for Sonic 06. Sonic 06, as we know, is one of the most critically panned Sonic games of all time, alongside Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood, and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. While nowadays fans are more open up that they like the game, which is fine, people have their own opinions, I can respect that. My thoughts though? You'll have to find out another time. Anyways, so back when the game was first announced just before the release of Shadow the Hedgehog, there was the 2005 Tokyo Game Show, and during the event, there was this one animated Sonic trailer for the next major Sonic game, which we know as Sonic 06. In the animated trailer, it showed off what kind of style the game was going to go for, and what kind of things we'd expect to see when people play the game. Only half of this is true. For the longest time, the trailer was only found through a camera during an off-screen event, but then someone uploaded the closest we got to a high-quality version online, which is the version you're seeing in this video. Now, the way that this trailer looks, this would have been something truly amazing. Heck, this would have been used as like a teaser trailer or even an opening sequence to an animated Sonic movie. It's animated so smoothly, it's all fast and action-packed. This is why we should have got an animated Sonic movie instead of a live-action one. Another thing this animation gets is that Sonic looks better here than he does in his in-game model from 06. It's not a terrible model, but I just prefer this one. We can hear a little bit of the music, but it's not in the best quality. I would love to hear this in high quality, or at least have someone recreate it to the best they can. So overall, I really enjoyed the 2005 Tokyo Game Show trailer. I highly recommend you watch this. Links to each animation on this list will be in the description. Number 6. The animated opening to Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders is one of 4 games during Sonic's 15th anniversary. The game itself is pretty fun, and I quite like the story that the game had. The voice acting could have a bit more work on it, but it improves over time, until it got worse. Anyways, when you boot up the game, you get treated to a really cool animated opening. It starts off where you see the main characters and a close-up of Sonic with static as we get closer to him, and it's all about these characters racing through the city and even on a big wave. This is animated so beautifully, there's so much life and has quite a few expressions on these characters. It's a blast going back to this animation. I really love seeing it every time I boot up the game. And the music that accompanies it is just really catchy and it gets you into the mood of the game. I honestly could watch and listen to this on repeat and not have a problem. I honestly could also see this as another Sonic anime. I would watch the heck out of it if it became a reality. Sega, you know what to do. Get on it. Heck, do a little mini-series like Mania Adventures and Overdrive. Number 5. Sonic, Man of the Year. This was a short 1.5 minute animation where Sonic has been named Man of the Year and Robotnik dresses up as Sonic so people can call him the worst person around. There's no talking in this animation, but we do get a lot of expression and emotion from this animation, especially from the townspeople and Robotnik himself. The only problem is that it ended on a cliffhanger and we never got a follow-up. The only way this was originally viewable was through the film gallery on Sonic Jam, but it can be viewable on YouTube now, so yeah, go watch it. I really want to see a follow-up to this animation. I would do it myself, but I don't think I would capture the same feel. I like that this uses some classic orchestra, and it even uses one Sonic CD track, which is pretty cool. Speaking of Sonic CD... Number 4. The Sonic CD opening and ending. Released in 1993 originally on the Mega CD, or Sega CD in the US, Sonic CD is considered by many as one of the best games on the Mega CD, or even one of the best Sonic games of all time. In the game, there's a fully animated intro and ending. In the opening, it's Sonic running about until he reaches the planet called Little Planet. In the ending, it starts off with Sonic rescuing Amy and getting her off Little Planet, and if you get the good ending, you see Little Planet disappear with stars, and in the bad ending, you see Little Planet stay in the same place and Robotnik holding one of the time stones, resulting in Sonic throwing a rock at him. The rest of it in both endings is a montage of scenes as a flashback to an animated version of some of the stages from the game, accompanied to music from either the Japanese/European soundtrack or the US soundtrack. Either way, both animations are super well made, and it's amazing how they capture how Sonic is and how he runs about since he's the fastest thing alive. I know I've been a bit quick talking about each of these, but some of these are really short, so there's not much to talk about at times, although this next one should do the trick. Number 3. Sonic Mania Adventures and Team Sonic Racing Overdrive. It was hard to pick which one of these was better, as I think they are equally great animations on Sonic and his friends, and I'm loving that they got a lot of fun callbacks to this, and it's given the community a lot of memes when each animation has been created. I love that Mania Adventures tells a little story, and when you put it all in 4 parts, it makes an 11-minute episode to a TV series. It makes me wish that it was a TV series, to be honest. TSR, on the other hand, was really enjoyable and funny. Yeah, Mania Adventures was funny too, but TSR brings more humor to the table that did get some laughs out of me the more I rewatched it. I love that both animations use hand-drawn animation with some really done backgrounds, and sometimes it uses CG. Sometimes it was off-putting, but I love it that they made it so it looked like hand-drawn still. Quite impressive, really. I love that my favorite Sonic artist worked on both series, Tyson Hess. I love this guy's work, and seeing the work on this is a dream. Number 2. Night of the Werehog. This is an animated short film to tie in with the game Sonic Unleashed. Created by the same animation studio behind most of the beloved animations in all of the Sonic games, Night of the Werehog was truly special. It has a short story about these 2 ghosts taking pictures of whoever visits the mansion they live in and show these pictures to a girl ghost just to get a kiss. Throughout the short, we see them getting pictures of Chip screaming for his life around the 2 ghosts, and then the 2 ghosts getting scared off by Sonic transforming into the Werehog, to then having a fight scene with Sonic as the Werehog. The animation in this is so outstanding. It's on Pixar levels of how outstanding it is. Each character is full of expression and life that you just want to see more of this. I heard there was a 3D showing of this short in Japan, and I would have loved to have seen this short in 3D. It would have been amazing if we could get a 3D Blu-ray release of the short, so then I can experience it the way it should have been. Oh yeah, I love the jazz-like music in the short, really catchy. And my number 1 Sonic animation is the CGI cutscenes to Sonic Unleashed. Oh my god. I've been waiting to talk about this one. I'm just gonna say this right off the bat, Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game of all time. And one of the best things about this game is none other than the CGI cutscenes. When I said Night of the Werehog was Pixar outstanding in terms of animation, these cutscenes take that to a whole new level. They are also beautifully animated, the character designs fit perfectly well, it's action-packed, it's got so much movement and life to it, and that opening is just... oh my god, there's so much going on, and I can't stop going on about it. This is a textbook example of Sonic and animation working so amazingly. If Sonic Unleashed was an animated movie, I would be so amazed, and I would have called it my favorite animated movie. This is the greatest piece of animation centered around Sonic, and that is why I put these CGI cutscenes as my number 1 Sonic animation. And so that's the countdown. I hope you enjoyed my countdown, and let me know what your favorite official Sonic animation is in the comments down below. Now you might be wondering, are there any bad officially made Sonic animations? I'll have to double check on that, but I am considering doing a top 10 worst Sonic animations if I can. But until then, I'll see you all in my next video. Take care.
It's finally here.